back in Stockholm now. There were quite a few things I left out of the 40-minute long video. Sorry if it was a bit long and got a little bit carried away. It might be too long for some people to watch. So I know you're not going to believe me, but we've seen the wolves twice. Along the E18. I feel like we might have imagined them though, but my girlfriend's convinced that they're real, so I have to go along with it. I saw them, you know, but people see things that are not there sometimes. So let me show you where we were and where the I'm going to look through the camera trap and see what's in there. Okay. So this is Stockholm, and this is where we were in the territory of the, I think the Kolstapak it's called. It's a couple of kilometres outside of a place called Farna, and it's here. And these are the territories of breeding pairs of wolves, and these crosses are where one or two wolves have been seen, and might have been seen more than once, but aren't breeding. There's a black mark on Stockholm and a cross just above Stockholm there, where there's a famous video where it looks like there's a wolf actually right in the city. And if you watch the 40-minute video that I made about you know, the wolf that was swimming in the lake 35 kilometres from Stockholm, this was in this lake here. Huh? So in recent times there were two wolves living for a number of years, but they didn't start a pack just above the city. This was in 2015, and there was a couple of wolves, not spotted, but their markings were seen, and some DNA was made of their shit, and they were down here. Basically, you could see a wolf anywhere in Sweden. And the ones that live in the forest here came in the 1980s, probably from Russia, which is over here. Right down through some pretty dangerous country up here. This is where the Sami keep their reindeer. So the wolves have got to dodge a few hunters on snowmobiles up here. They've got to dodge a few roads. They've got to dodge a few towns, a few railways. There's a lot of agro-business forestry here, and a lot of it also has holiday homes and fishing lakes and a network of roads all over the place. Basically, the wolves are mixed in with the people, and this isn't that quiet an area. It gets quiet up here. This bit's quiet, but there's still some ski resorts here, and up here, yeah, it's more empty, but it's all still a big agro business. And anything that's not an agro business is a mine or the Sami's reindeer country. That's Sweden. I didn't show you that in the 42-minute long film. So I've already looked through the camera trap. This is the one that I left in the film. A few of the other ones there before. So there's a few pictures of birds and things like this, magpies, some ravens, and this is eating the food. And there's one mystery animal came. There are 25 photos, and yeah, so what happens with these? What sort of photos do you get? What sort of videos? This one's photos. So some of them are okay and some of them are a bit cryptic. So half of these were birds, magpies and ravens, and half of them, a couple of them were me, and a couple of them were, I don't know what, an empty frame. It's weird snow or something, I don't know. And so there's this one here. It's a bit of a mystery animal. I'm going to put it up to the camera and maybe you can see it yourselves. So that's what goes with the camera traps. I think we've seen the wolves twice. I'm 95% sure we've seen them twice. And I'm pretty much 95% sure that this is the best place to see them too. The E18 motorway runs from here to Oslo, which I think is about there somewhere. And so I think a couple of times, I'm pretty sure, although I cannot tell you 100% certain, that we saw the wolves, and it was along the edge of the motorway, and I'm pretty sure they're using the edge of the motorway to get around, because it's quiet along the edge of the motorway, apart from the sound of the traffic. So the wolf swimming in the lake was here, and I think we've seen the wolves twice, here and here. So this is outside of their territories, and is this the Farner Park or the Coaster Park? We don't know. Also, I saw, and I saw from the statistics that a few wolves die getting hit by trains, and also this, I know myself, is a very good way to move through countries along the railway line. I know this is illegal, but the wolves are lawless, so I'm pretty sure they're using the railway lines to get around, and so there's a risk of being hit by a train. But this allows the wolves to have quite easy access, and maybe even through towns at night, all across here, and because they're here, so they were extinct here in the 1970s, and then in the 1980s they reappeared here, and there are a lot of theories about what happened, but I think for sure what happened was that these wolves came from Russia. So Russia doesn't protect wolves, but she has a high population, so there's 40,000 wolves over here, and you know, there's the odd one or two, I'm sure, traveling. Wolves do this, they go for wanders, it could be 1,000 miles, so they come from here, but the two meet up and start a pack. So this never happens, I think, in the 1970s, but somehow a male and a female of the right age meet up in the forest here, and start a pack in the 1980s. So that's what happens. But the wolves range everywhere, and there's some big towns here, Vasteras and a few others, but the wolves have obviously got past them over into these areas a number of times. This is where the wolf was swimming in the lake. This is Stockholm. I'm guessing Oslo's right there somewhere. So if you know what this mystery animal is, you please comment below. I'm going to try and make, I guess this video's introducing the channel. There's a few videos on the channel already. One about me looking for leopards, and just a couple of vlogs about around Stockholm, and I guess that's all I've got for you, but I wish I had some more for you. I'm going to try and make some more for you, and I'm going to try and just do whatever the fuck I want to do, basically. I'll probably tell a few stories, we'll continue the search for the wolves. I'll just tell you about life here in Stockholm. I'm going to try and buy a motorbike. Girlfriend's away in India just now, but she'll be back. And that's it, that's going to be the channel. If nothing else, it will be a record of our time here in Stockholm and whatever we're up to, and whatever. If you watch the video, there's a few funny videos about life in Sweden that I just robbed from the internet and stuck on my video, so I'm going to do that as well. These aren't monetized, so please don't anyone copyright me. There's a few people to thank for the long documentary. If you watched it, I hope you will. The beautiful music, the guy's name Eric something, I don't know. I took your music, it was so beautiful, and the shots in the forest. And that was actually at Skittersburg near with the little hut that I made. So I just stole that footage and a few other things. So thanks to all those people. I'll try and credit everyone as I go forward with this. So I don't know, it's sort of cringe talking to the camera, but you know, I have a few alright stories. There was a film I wanted to make about India. I spent about 6 months in India there. I got stuck there at the start of the COVID, so I'm going to try and make that might be similar to the wolf one and the leopard one also. Yeah, the leopard one's in India, isn't it? So
Believing is all I can do.
You know, a doggy yelp in the distance, but I might have just imagined it.